Hello everyone. I'm here in a park called Ayala Triangle Gardens in Makati, Manila, the Philippines. And I'm gonna take you on a tour all the way from Ayala, Manila to Bonifacio Global City. And both of these are financial districts of Manila, and they're both quite nice. Um, as I mentioned, this is called Ayala Triangle Gardens. And along the way, I'll give you lots of commentary. You'll be seeing lots of nice stores, and we'll be walking through an area on McKinley Road where there's some really, really nice houses in Manila. Okay, so on the left here is a hotel called the Peninsula. And coming up on the next road, it's called Ayala Avenue, and we'll be crossing this road underneath using a subway because crossing it on the ground level is too dangerous. Okay, so thankfully we've got a bit of sunlight so you can see all this. Down that way are a bunch of nice malls. You can see one sign that says the Landmark. And this road here is called Makati Avenue, which is a nice road. Has lots of hotels and restaurants. And this is Ayala Avenue. And as I mentioned, this is a financial district. Down that way is where the old Philippine Stock Exchange used to be. But now the Philippine Stock Exchange is in Bonifacio Global City, and that's where we'll be going, to Bonifacio Global City. Okay, so I'm walking down this tunnel to cross the road. And then I'm going to need to cross underneath another tunnel to get on the right side. We need to actually cross Makati Avenue, and then we'll be on Ayala Avenue again. So it looks like they turned off the escalator. Maybe it's because today is Sunday, but I haven't seen this escalator turned off before. I've come here a few times. So there's the 7-Eleven. In the background, on that way, there are some buildings being constructed. And as I mentioned, that over there is called the Peninsula, and I believe that's a hotel. And I do like the architecture of at least the center part. And this here, I believe, is a stray cat. And you see lots of stray cats in Manila. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is Ayala Avenue, this is Makati. Now we need to cross one more time so we can go down that way. Okay, so going down this tunnel. And see some nice artwork here in the tunnel. So it seems they've turned off this escalator too. That's quite unfortunate. Because even yesterday this was working, and I walked basically the same route I'm going to show you yesterday. The escalator was working, or at least it was turned on, I mean. Okay, so now we're on Ayala Avenue again, but we've crossed Makati Avenue. Now along this way, there are a bunch of nice malls and hotels, things like this. And soon I'll need to cross a footbridge because of a major intersection, and then I'll be walking along McKinley Avenue, and that has a bunch of nice houses, and it's a nice area. Much less urban than here, but it's quite posh. Okay, so on the right here, a bunch of stores in the mall. And I do like the landscaping. I got a palm tree there, a bunch of palm trees. So I think they designed the landscaping of this road pretty well. Okay, so now coming up, there are some luxury watch stores. Luxury watches. So this is for Omega. Okay, so I guess that was just an advertisement. But on the inside of this mall are a bunch of nice stores with luxury watches. Okay, here's the outside of, which looks like a nice salon. And yeah, it's pretty expensive here. You can see here this says male 700. I got a haircut here a few days ago for 70, so 1/10 of the price. So it's definitely more expensive here. But that's also a nice salon, so I suppose they can justify charging that much. Okay, so here, which looks like an apartment complex. And I forgot I need to cross the road yet again underneath, because it's a bit dangerous and difficult to cross the road otherwise. Okay. crossing the road yet again underneath. Well, there's one escalator working now, turned on. So at least I won't have to walk up yet another set of stairs. Okay, so we're gonna go up this escalator. And although this is getting close to 5 p.m., it still feels a bit hot, maybe a bit humid too. Okay, so here's a bit of the road. So one more intersection to go, and that's where so 2 more to go. But this is the last intersection I need to walk past before I need to take the bridge. Okay, so on the right, you can see there's some luxury brands. Got Dolce & Gabbana, Hermes, Gucci, and Chanel. So this is a mall with some nice stores. Okay, so now we're gonna cross the road. By the way, these are what typical taxis look like in the Philippines. I've usually seen them as white color, and that's kind of what they look like. Just like these. Okay, so on the right, this is a Uniqlo. This is at a different mall, and Uniqlo is a Japanese fashion brand. And I've been to a few malls in Manila, and I've seen Uniqlo in several of them. So I guess Uniqlo is a popular brand in the Philippines. Okay, so we're gonna cross the road again. You can see on the left, looks like residential buildings. And a bunch of cars going by. And now we're walking towards an area called Pasay. Okay, so at the next intersection, I need to cross a bridge because it's a major intersection and it's probably quite dangerous to cross the road without taking the bridge. Here's a sign. I think that's in it's either Filipino or Tagalog. But I've noticed that quite a lot of Filipinos speak English. Maybe it's the majority. I have found some that don't really understand English, but the majority I've interacted with know English, or at least fairly well. So today is, as I mentioned, today is a Sunday. So traffic, I guess because it's Sunday, fewer people are working, so traffic isn't horrible. But normally around this time, around 5, say between 4 to 6, traffic can be really terrible here. Here's a man on the side of the road selling, I'm not sure what, kind of snacks. Okay, so I mentioned need to cross a bridge. This is that bridge I need to cross. And I'm going to give you a view of different sides of the bridge. And now for this side. Okay, and a view of McKinley Road from here. So there's a lot of trees down that way on McKinley Road. I think that's by design to make it look nicer. Okay, this building is mainly occupied by a company called Telas, but this building coming up also has a convenience store. It happens to be it's a family mart, which is similar to 7-Eleven. And it has a Jollibee, which is a Philippine fast food place. And I believe there's also some other restaurants. But the majority of this building on the right is taken up by a company called Telas. And this happens to be called McKinley Exchange. And this is the symbol of Jollibee, the Jollibee. So just to give you a quick image. So the Jollibee, they're often open 24 hours, and it's a fast food place similar to McDonald's. There's also a Dunkin' Donuts here, and this is some kind of Chinese fast food place, Hanlin. Okay, so on McKinley Road, walking down this way, and as I mentioned, this is a nice road. There's a lot of gates, so gated communities, lots of security guards, lots of expensive houses. So this area to me is an extreme contrast with other parts of Manila that I've seen that are super poor. This part seems to be super rich. Okay, but so far it's not easy to see the houses, but a bit further up you'll be able to see some of the houses, or at least the outside. And coming up, besides nice houses, you'll be able to see, some nice gates, also the outsides, security guards, and also some church properties. There's a church and then some kind of sanctuary, I don't really know. And there's a mini mall. And also there's the Manila Polo Club. So I imagine you've got to be very wealthy to be a member of the Polo Club. Okay. So showing you a bit more of this road. So we still have a bit to go before we get to Bonifacio Global City, but it's not too far. I just basically need to keep walking along this road, and then there's an intersecting road which basically is where Bonifacio Global City starts. So, a bunch of nice houses. This area has some tall walls. So far I haven't seen many security guards, maybe because the walls are tall enough. They don't see the need to have security guards in this area, I'm not sure. But we'll see them soon enough. So this area on McKinley Road reminds me of a lot of countries I've been to that have, similar types of areas, very posh, basically like mansions, very exclusive. So this, there's a Forbes, what I believe, it's a Forbes Park in here. And I'm not sure exactly where Forbes Park is. Maybe it's actually this whole area, I'm not sure. So you can see here there's 2 security guards, there's gates there, and often these security guards are armed with shotguns or other types of guns. Okay, so there's a house that I can see. I'm not sure if you can tell. You can see, but there's a nice house in there. And there's a gate here. So as I've mentioned several times, I think this area is really nice. It almost like makes you forget that you're in the Philippines because it's so nice. So up there, looks like there's at least 3 security guards, maybe more. Maybe 4, I can't tell. But anyway, quite a lot of security guards. And I've walked past this place before. I guess it's a parish, but I don't exactly know what else is in here. Some kind of sanctuary. Yeah, so on the left, I'll show you on the right. So it looks like some religious statues. That looks, yeah, something related to crucifixion of Jesus. A bunch of statues in there. Let's see here. Yeah. Kind of looks like things related to Easter in there. Anyway, the architecture I think looks quite nice. The outside. So basically, since the sanctuary up to here, it looks like it's all church property. Okay, so on the left, it's another house. And there's a sign that says church. This looks, yeah, I can definitely tell this, to me this looks quite Spanish architecture. But it would make sense to me because Philippines was a Spanish colony for almost 300 years. So I picked up a bit of the architecture. Okay, so I'll just show you a bit of the outside of the church. It does look nice, I think. Got some church bells up there. And a statue up there. Okay, so going back. So this does say Barangay Forbes Park. Though I'm not certain if actually this whole area is considered the park or some other area, I'm not sure. And this is a bit interesting to me, this license plate. I have seen a few, actually I saw 2 other cars today that say they're from Germany or German license plate. D, by the way, stands for Deutschland. So, I don't know, maybe wanted to bring their car all the way over here. So on the right is a mini mall. I went here yesterday. There's a grocery store inside. Across the street is yet another church, but this is a Protestant church, an Anglican church. But I believe most Filipinos are probably Catholic. As I mentioned, Philippines was a Spanish colony for almost 300 years. So I would imagine most people are Catholic because of that. Seems pretty much anywhere there was a Spanish colony, either the majority or a lot of people are Catholic. Okay, so still have a little bit to go, but now we get to see more of the nice houses. And now on this side of the road we can see more gates. You can actually walk next to them. So I think it would be pretty nice to have enough money to have a mansion here. It would be nice. Okay, so I kind of like the design of this gate. And there's a security, just walked past. So it looks like this family hires their own security guard. Or the people who live here hire their own security guard. They probably have several security guards actually.